we go. There we go. Welcome to the 1% Society podcast. I'm Victor, and this is Homer, and we are going to do a little bit of talking today. Hopefully not too much and bore you, but we're going to give you the top 5 ideas of where you can invest $1,000, just $1,000 to start off and kickstart your retirement.
So number 5 being gold.
Hey,
correct?
Okay. Yes. Gold is number 5.
Number 5.
Gold is a good one because it keeps appreciating. Okay. Gold in 2004 was only $400 an ounce. Now gold is about $2,100 an ounce 20 years later. So it's one of the good, I'd say it's a good long-term investment, not the best, but to me,
right.
I think it's a good one.
So why do you think that it's gone up so much since 2004? I mean,
well, just based on inflation and everything going up, it's going to naturally go up. But it's also called a hedge against the market and against the economy. If the economy is going down, the stock market goes down, typically gold will go up. So, because people go to a safe haven if they don't want to start losing money in the stock market. So they'll start buying gold instead. And over a long period of time, it's a good investment. It's not one of my favorites, but I think it is a good investment for somebody who's got $1,000 and just wants to get started investing.
Right. At least getting started.
Yeah.
Into something. Okay.
The $1,000 just gets you started. Yeah. Number 4 is, Treasury bonds. One of my favorites. That's a good one. Treasury bonds are a good one. What they are is just basically a piece of paper you buy from the government that's worth a certain amount of money. You put the money in and it's worth, say, $100. Every month they pay you approximately about a 5% yield on that $100. So it's not a lot, but it does beat keeping cash in the bank. Having a lot of cash in the bank is a waste of time because cash depreciates.
Correct.
So the bonds will, at least you'll get something out of it every month. I've had those before. They're pretty good to have. When I have a sum of cash that I don't know what to do with just yet, like where to put it in, that's a good holding spot until you can figure it out.
Like $1,000.
Yeah, $1,000. You got $1,000, you could start off and you'd make $50 a month on $1,000.
Dang.
It sounds like nothing, but that money adds up after years go by.
I mean, yeah.
It compounds too, because after you get $50, say you get $50, you take that same $50 and you could buy another bond with the $50 you made from the government. So you're not putting any more money into it. It'll keep growing. You keep taking that money and reinvesting it. Stock market's the same way, but
stock market. Number 3,
the stock market. One of my, I like this one too. It's not my favorite, but it's one of my favorites. The stock market's good because you could take $1,000 right now and go buy 4 or 5 shares of Apple. Apple pays a dividend. I'm just using this as an example.
Right.
Like you have to figure out what stocks you want to buy on your own because, disclaimer, we're not professional investors. We're not trying to tell you what to do with your money. We're just telling you what we've done with our money and it's worked really well. Everybody's situation is different. So $1,000, is a good basic starting point because if you don't start, we use $1,000 because if you don't start somewhere, you might never start. You know what I mean? Like $1,000, okay, put it into Apple. And then just like the security bond thing, it pays you dividends. Every 4 months, you get paid a dividend. Every 3 months, you get paid a dividend. And then you take that money and you reinvest it. You could buy more Apple stock with the money Apple pays you.
So is that something that you can just leave alone for, let's just say, buy $1,000 worth of shares, leave it alone for 3 months, come back and I don't know, either change it, up it, lower it, do whatever you gotta do. Yes. Is that something that you can leave alone where you can just forget about it?
Yep.
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah, it's a good question. You could leave it in there forever. You could leave it in there for 10 years, 20 years, the rest of your life and leave it to your children if you wanted to. Mm-hmm. But a good way to actually, if you're going to invest is like what I do is I do check my investment thing, my investment brokerage account. I look at it probably every 3 or 4 days because the market changes.
Right.
And then you collect dividends. When you collect a dividend, you'll just be like, oh, look, I have $300 extra dollars. What should I do with it? And then you can buy another stock.
Right.
And that's worked really well for.
Which in this case is kind of the objective, which,
Yes.
Kind of putting that money back into the market.
Exactly.
Putting it back into your investment.
Yep.
And growing it from there.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And you have to pick what stocks work for you. And when there's also a thing, like you kind of don't want to buy it when it's at a super high amount of money. You kind of want to wait for a little pullback. But Warren Buffett says that timing, it's better to have time in the market than timing the market. So trying to time the market is like not that great an idea.
Right.
It's better just get in and just see what happens. I hate to say it like that, but that's true. Sometimes you just got to try.
Yeah.
And it's not, you're not going to, if you invest in a good company, you should be good.
Yeah. I mean, once you've spoken to a professional and you've kind of gotten your way in the door, I'm sure you'll know right off the bat of what to do and what not to do, who to invest in, and
what companies you think you got any companies you'd like to invest in?
I invested in.
I never heard of that company. Do they pay dividends?
They sure don't.
So,
well, I was actually, whenever I was, trading on Robinhood.
Oh no.
Robinhood for dummies.
Yikes.
I kind of caught myself investing in a lot of, medicine, based companies and technologies.
Big pharma. That's what they call that. Biotechnology.
Yeah. At the time, back in 2020, that was kind of
they're good too. There's some really good companies out there that are
hip.
Johnson & Johnson. That's a main.
I did.
Johnson & Johnson's a good one. Pfizer.
I made like 10 cents.
Hey, 10 cents more than you had before.
There you go.
If you reinvested 10 cents in 150,000 years, you'll have $1.
I think we're a little low in this market, but yes.
No, those are good ones. The medical ones are good ones.
Yeah.
Like like I said, Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer. There's another one. I can't remember the name of it. The letters are, the stock market letters are LLY. Eli Lilly, I think it's called. That's another really good, super good one. It's another pharma type stock. So those are all good. Nice.
Okay. Long-term stocks. Long.
Any one of these could be long-term. Yeah.
Short-term, long-term.
Yeah. Anything. You kind of want to try to go long if you're going to do a retirement.
Right.
Depending on your age as well. So like if you're 75 years old, your timeline is going to be different than someone in their 20s investing. They might want to invest into something different, but that's when you need to seek the financial advisor and ask them, hey, this is how old I am. This is how much money I have. What should I do? These are the companies I want to invest, but I would at least pick your own companies. Don't let someone else pick them for you.
Okay. Why do you say that?
Because you got to do your own research and feel good about the companies. Okay. You know what I mean? Like the companies I invest in, my wife and I's 401k.
Yeah.
I researched them for years before I jumped in. I didn't just be like, oh, Apple, good one, boom, and buy it. I have some really weird stocks, that I own that I did a lot of research on, and I liked the company, the direction the company was going, and that's what I invest in. Companies that are doing good over the long term.
Number 2.
That was number 2, Homer.
That was number 3. What are you talking about? Oh, real estate,
my
number
bad,
2.
Bad. Homer just schooled me. Real estate. Okay, so real estate, that's another good one. And that you go back to these brokerage accounts. REITs.
Real estate? You're telling me that I can buy a home with $1,000? Is that what you're telling us?
Better than that. You can buy the land the home is on.
Okay.
Ah, I see you're kind of asking me about this. No problem. This is my favorite investment. This is the one I do invest most of my portfolios in, these things called REITs. Mm-hmm. Real Estate Investment Trust. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And what that is you're buying real estate. So yeah, you could take $1,000 right now and go look for a company. One of the companies I personally invest in is Realty Income, ticker symbol O. You guys could look it up and do your own research and see what you think. But some of their tenants are Lowe's, 7-Eleven, Walgreens, all these big companies. And this company, Realty, leases the buildings to those big companies. So you're being a landlord, and like Walgreens will be your tenant, so to speak. You know what I mean? And they pay a 5.5% yield right now. It's a good one.
Wow.
And it's paid monthly, that one. That's paid monthly. So that's one REIT. And then there's many, many other REITs. We can actually have a whole discussion about REITs. If anybody's interested, they can comment about maybe what REITs, if you know what they are and want to ask questions about it.
Or if you don't know what they are, if you want to know more, we can make a whole separate video. We can even bring somebody on the show that might know a little bit more about this and get us on the same page, and more information on this, but just let us know.
Yeah, cool. There's a lot of REITs out there. There's thousands of them. So you can pick. They have a REIT for cell phone towers. You can buy. Yes, there's a REIT for cell phone towers. There's a REIT for storage units. There's a REIT for oil pipelines, the pipes that bring oil from Texas to wherever, from Alaska. I mean, you can buy pieces of that pipeline company, and those are fat yields on those things. They're like 7-8%. Yeah, you collect good money on those, and they've been showing a payout for years in a row, decades in a row.
So they got a track record.
Yep.
Okay.
You want to look for one that has a good track record.
Yeah.
So what's number one? The number one investment with $1,000. What should you do? And it is.
I wish they had the Rocky song on here. That would be crazy.
Homer's getting carried away with the song. The number one. Go ahead. Take it, Homer.
Your health.
Your health. Invest in your health. If you have $1,000 right now, invest in your health.
Yes.
How?
You don't even need $1,000.
You really don't.
Go for a walk.
Buy a jump rope.
Drink some water.
Buy a gallon of water and just get off your ass and go walk. You want to invest in your health. Otherwise, all these other things you're doing are not going to matter.
None of this matters if your health is not prioritized.
No. If you have a heart attack, God forbid, if you have a heart attack or get something serious, a disease, it's very serious, but, it can be maybe not prevented, but definitely would help eating healthy fruits, vegetables,
know your
fish,
body. Yeah.
No fast food, try to stay away from, any type of processed food, stuff like that. You guys figure out your own diets. I'm not really here to pitch a diet, but I eat a lot of fish and walnuts and stuff like that. I mean, I have a kind of a boring diet, actually.
No, yeah. I
had some strawberries before.
Just like, just knowing your body, knowing what you can and can't eat.
Another thing I would recommend is making sure you see your doctor, dentist, eye doctor, get your skin checked, all that stuff. The older you get, I'm in my 50s, and when stuff breaks, it takes a lot longer to heal than when I was in my 20s. In my 20s, I get into a car accident and get out like the Terminator, kick the door off, and nothing was wrong with me. Now I walk across the garage. If I stub my toe, I got to go to urgent care, get antibiotics. And it takes like 6 months for it to heal.
Well,
so
have you always kind of tried to check on your health, or has this been a recent?
No, I'm a hypochondriac. I'm always scared I'm going to die. So I always checked on my health.
Okay.
I go to the dentist every 6 months. I go to the doctor every 6 months. I've been doing that for years.
Okay.
So, but that's a good thing. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've always tried to stay kind of healthy. I'm a scaredy cat, so I don't want to die. So I'm always in the doctor. Oh, my head hurts. Oh, it's a tumor. I run to the doctor. You got a headache? Take 4 Advil. $100, please.
Yeah. Well, I feel like a lot of us don't really know exactly where to start. We hear a lot of stuff on the internet. Jesus. We hear a lot of stuff on the internet, a lot of extremist, and then, misinformation.
Yeah.
This and this and that. So, obviously see your doctor, see a specialist, make sure that you're aware. Checked. Make sure that you're aware of your body. Make sure you're aware of your health.
My dentist told my wife a story about she was checking somebody's teeth, and they do like the cancer check and gum check, and she had some kind of weird little thing growing somewhere, and the dentist said, I want to get that checked, and it ended up being cancer, and they removed it And luckily she's okay now, but they actually literally found like some type of cancer in her mouth.
Really?
Yep. Really happened. Yeah. Yeah. So my point is, and now every time I go to her, since I'm a hypochondriac, I'm like, make sure you check everything. You see anything out of place, let me know.
I thought I saw her eye going the other way. Make sure she's good.
Exactly. But so that's the top 5 things you can do with $1,000. Get started. And like we say, disclaimer, we're not professional investment advisors. Do not take our advice and just run with it. Please check with a professional first. I'm just telling you what has worked for me, and Homer's had some luck with his investments as well. So we're just trying to tell you what we've done, and it's been very, very successful.
Right.
So hopefully it'll help you guys. And if you have questions, leave it in the comments and we'll try to answer questions. And then we have an email also. You can send us emails.
Talk to us. Just let us know what you're feeling. Let us know how what you want to hear, what you want us to talk about.
Yep.